I'm Aidan Bissett, and you're watching Hollywire.
Hollywire, what is up? We're in the Hollywire studio with Aidan Bissett. Welcome in. So excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
If you're okay with it, I kind of want to play a game with you right now.
Of course.
So we're going to play the game Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever eaten food off the floor.
So I keep it up. Wait, no.
If you've done it, you put it down.
This is how unexperienced I am. Okay, yeah, I have.
Okay. Never have I ever sent someone else the wrong text message.
Oh, okay.
Was it, I've done this, like I've screenshotted, I don't know if you've ever done this, like screenshotted something and you like mean to send it to a friend and you're sending
And then
it
you
to
send it.
I'm like, whoo, like I sent it to the actual person.
Yeah.
I had to come up with this whole BS excuse. Never have I ever stolen anything.
I actually I can't remember stealing anything. Maybe it was like candy or something, but nothing significant.
I definitely have, and it was, do you know Build-A-Bear?
Of course.
So when I was in middle school, we like made a bear and like I only had the money to make the bear.
Right.
And I stole boxers for my bear, and I like to this day like feel so bad about it, but that's the only thing I've ever stolen.
I feel like out of all the things you could shoplift it, not the worst. I think you're okay.
I just like feel so bad. I feel like I want to go back to Build-A-Bear and
Yeah.
like give them $6 for the underwear that I stole.
Right.
Never have ever made a fake account to look at like an ex's profile. Okay, good. I haven't either. I have used my Finsta though, like to look
I
at.
don't have like a Finsta. Like all my
Okay.
friends were like, "Yo, you gotta make a Finsta." I'm like,
So you're a better person than I am. Is like what I'm getting from this. Never have ever. Now I don't know if guys do this, but this is like my little experiment here. Dropped a phone in the toilet.
Okay, I haven't, but I have a friend. This is a funny story. Who we like. He lived in Amsterdam. So I was visiting him, and him and his brother. Oh, sorry. He was in the bathroom. I was with his brother. Him and his brother were in the bathroom. No, I was with his brother, and we were outside, and we wanted to scare him. And we could hear he was playing like Clash of Clans on his phone while he was in the bathroom.
Okay, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. And so we start banging on the door, and all we hear is like him like start cursing, and then his phone drops, and then you hear the noise, and we're both like, we stepped away. We're like, yeah, this wasn't us. And he like comes out. He's like, I just dropped my phone in the toilet.
Yeah.
So funny.
Dreadful. So a little birdie told me, and there's an elephant in the room, that you have a debut album coming out.
EP, but yeah, same thing. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's. You want to know what? I have heard some of the songs, and it's just such a banger. Like what I feel like when I've listened to it is, it's like I want to drive on PCH. I want to like roll my windows down. If I had a convertible, put the top off on that baby, and just like play your music. So what's the inspiration that's been behind your album?
Wow, that is a great question. So many. I feel like I take so much inspiration from so many different bands and artists. I think for this one specifically, we went for kind of three main inspirations, which was The Strokes, The Killers, and then the 1975. That's sonically.
Yeah.
From like an actual writing standpoint, I went through a little bit of a crash and burn relationship, and I've kind of noticed that, at least for the past couple ones that I've been through, they all kind of went through the same couple month phase, and then it ends with a crash and burn, and I kind of got confused and like, okay, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep ending kind of these poor relationships? And I realized I kind of kept doing this thing in these relationships where I'd always be like, oh, I'm okay if you're doing fine. My emotions are okay if your emotions are okay. And I would never like stop and ask myself, hey dude, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? And without doing that, I feel like it probably put a lot of pressure on the other person, number one, but it also put a different kind of pressure on myself, and hence why things wouldn't work out. So the title of the project is called I'm Alright If You're Okay, which is kind of the sentence that sums up it all together. And it's me kind of realizing that I need to stop and maybe focus a little bit more on myself before putting all of that onto somebody else.
When you're writing your music, are you in a studio typically? Like, how do you get into that headspace of creating the songs that we hear?
So it kind of depends. Sometimes I'll come in like, I'll have an idea for like, for example, Tripping Over Air. I recorded the first verse like in my apartment because I used to record all the stuff on my own like for the first like 4 songs. It was all me in my high school bedroom. And so I was like, I had this idea in my head, recorded in my apartment, and then I was like, I sent it to the 2 guys that I worked with the song on, Captain Cuts, and I was like, guys, I don't know where this is going, but it sounds great. And they're like, yeah, let's turn it into a full song. And I went to the studio and we made it. And then others are like for the slow one, for example, I was very heartbroken. I remember waking up one morning and I had a voice memo, and I was like, I really want a song that the vocals are so dry and like up close and quiet, and then when the chorus hits, it's gonna sound weird and it won't make sense until you hear the song, but it's literally like me screaming with a bunch of strings and like all these like intense sounds, and then it quiet again and then back into it to feel the chaos. So like every song I feel like is a little bit different. Sometimes we just get in the studio and we're like, all right, let's write a song today, you know what I mean?
I had so much fun with you, Aidan. I'm like so excited to hear your EP. This is Hollywire, and stay tuned, and we will see you later.